Cooper Brown was an event volunteer who was just feet away from Charlie when he got shot. Cooper, what happened?
Yeah, so this requires a little bit of background knowledge, but so I work for an organization called Leadership Institute, and what we do is we work hand in hand with all the different conservative coalition groups on college campuses. So the Young Americans for Liberty, the Students for Life, and the Turning Point USAs. And so at Utah Valley, we had been really, really excited to be able to host Charlie Kirk this semester. And we had spent weeks and weeks and weeks getting volunteers, advertising for this event, and just so excited to be able to host Charlie Kirk at this university. And then unfortunately it had to end in absolute tragedy.
Did you notice anything different about this event? Was it more or less hostile? Were the questions specific about trans, about the economy, about immigration? What was the vibe?
Unfortunately, we really didn't get to any of the actual questions the students want to ask. But in my opinion, and I've done many Charlie Kirk events, from Arizona to Wyoming. He was just literally at the University of Utah just last year. And this one felt actually like there was a ton of energy. Students were really, really, really excited to see Charlie Kirk come to campus, more than I had ever seen. I mean, you can see the videos. There's thousands and thousands of people there that are wanting to witness Charlie Kirk and see him speak live. I had people contacting me who I haven't known or haven't spoken to in months, ask me like, Charlie Kirk's coming to campus. I'm so excited. And so the enthusiasm was actually way up. Recruiting for this event and finding volunteers was super easy because everyone knows Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. Everyone on campus has seen his face. They love his content. They know what he stands for. And in Utah, it was everyone wanted to be a part of that.
So when the shot rang out and you saw Charlie get hit, how'd you feel?
Yeah, so I was very, very lucky to have gotten the opportunity to actually manage the microphone during this event. So I was basically just in charge of making sure that students were speaking clearly into it, that it was raised and lowered to the appropriate height. And so not a ton of responsibility, but I got to stand and be really, really close to him, which I thought was really exciting. But very, very shortly after just the first question was over, we heard a very, very loud pop. And me and many of the Charlie security that I was around, all looked up. Me personally, I thought someone had thrown a firecracker in the audience. And then when I looked down, I had seen Charlie Kirk, his body shake and blood then pour from his neck in a very, very graphic way. And from that moment on, there was chaos, right? So people began screaming and yelling, and the few of the people that were around me, I grabbed them and then brought them down to the ground and just waited and was listening for multiple shots. And then after 5-6 seconds, I grabbed them, and luckily I was at a location where we could have funneled many people out, and I just started grabbing people and pushing them in that direction. And we were very, very lucky that there wasn't multiple attempts there, because it could have been really, really bad.
Was law enforcement there and directing traffic after the shots rang out?
Yes, there was law enforcement there. They had moved some individuals from key locations, like, for example, directly above Charlie Kirk, there was a little path that students were sitting at. Police had moved them around a little bit just to make things as safe as possible. I've heard that there was very limited security there. We had been working really, really closely with the university to try and make sure that we had locations pointed out that we thought might have been potential threats. But very, very soon after, yes, police and law enforcement were there, moving with people that they thought were suspects, and then kind of directing the flow of people to make sure that they were out there safely.
All right, Cooper, I'm so sorry you had to witness this, and I'm so sorry you lost a hero like Charlie, and my gosh, what a day. Very sorry. And
yeah, I have to say, Charlie Kirk is one of the greatest conservatives to have graced young people. everyone on college campuses know who Charlie Kirk is. He has provided so many people with just entertainment in his videos and his content, but also information, right? The fact that he is unapologetically loves America, that he promotes traditional families. I can't imagine the amount of lives that he's touched, making sure that people are well educated in the correct way, that they start families, that they know what the true purpose of life is. And it's really, really horrific to see that we're going to lose him.
Thank you very much. That was well said. I'm glad you mentioned how great of a family man he was and how he pushed everybody to have a family and have children, because that really is what the most important thing is. Thank you, Cooper.
Thank you.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.